Welcome to Hired in IT. Our mission is simple: help you build the skills that employers actually want. Whether you're trying to land your first IT job, switch careers, earn a promotion, or increase your salary, we're here to help. Every video is thoroughly researched and designed to make complex IT topics easy to understand. If there's an IT topic you'd like us to cover, leave a comment below. We may turn your suggestion into our next video. Turning IT knowledge into career opportunities. Last night, a junior sysadmin I know sat down to install Claude Code. He had Node.js. He ran the npm command. Everything looked fine, until he typed Claude and got command not found. 3 hours later, after reinstalling Node, reinstalling npm, even deleting his project folder, he realized he'd never added npm's global binary folder to his path. In the last video, we covered what Claude Code is and why it's worth learning. This time, we're going to install it the right way, so you never lose an evening to a missing environment variable. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with 3 practical skills. First, you'll install Claude Code using the method that best fits your operating system and development workflow. Second, you'll run a single diagnostic command that confirms your installation, authentication, and configuration are all working correctly. Third, you'll learn how to recognize and fix the path configuration issue that causes the infamous command not found error, so you can solve one of the most common installation problems with confidence. These are the core skills you need to get Claude Code running successfully and start building with it right away. Claude Code is a Node.js application. That means it won't run without Node installed first. The dependency chain is linear. Your operating system gives you a terminal, the terminal launches Node, Node ships with npm, and npm installs Claude Code. If Node is missing or outdated, the install may fail with confusing errors, so checking this chain first saves wasted time. Every successful install starts by making sure this foundation is solid. Before installing Claude Code, make sure your development environment is ready. Open a terminal and check your installed versions of Node.js and npm using the version commands. Claude Code requires a supported version of Node.js, so compare your version against the current requirements in the official documentation. If your version is too old, update Node.js before continuing. Spending a minute verifying your environment now can save hours of troubleshooting later. If Node is missing or outdated, head to nodejs.org, download. The site usually detects your operating system, but you can manually select your platform if needed. Look for the green LTS button. That's the version most production apps rely on, and it's what Claude Code expects. Run the downloaded package. The whole process is straightforward and shouldn't take long. Before we begin, remember that Claude Code supports several installation methods depending on your operating system and workflow. In this section, we'll start with the npm installation because it helps explain how everything works under the hood. If you're planning to use the official installer, winget, or Homebrew, don't worry. We'll cover those options shortly and help you decide which one is right for you. Once Node is confirmed, run npm install GA Anthropic AI Claude Code. The G flag stands for global. Without it, Claude Code would only be available inside the current folder. The command downloads the latest stable version from the npm registry and typically completes within a minute. Here's the trap that eats hours. The npm command installs Claude successfully, but the binary often lands in a directory that isn't in your shell's default search path. So when you type Claude, the shell has no idea where to look. You just get command not found. The fix is one line. Add that directory to your path environment variable inside your shell configuration file, then reload the shell. This turns an invisible error into a permanent correction. If Claude Code installs successfully, but your terminal still says command not found, don't panic. In most cases, the installation worked. The shell just doesn't know where to find the Claude executable. The solution is to add npm's global binary directory to your path inside your shell configuration file, then reload your shell so the changes take effect. Don't worry about memorizing the exact commands or file locations. We'll show every step on screen, including the file to edit and the line to add. Once that's done, the Claude command should work from any terminal window. Quick knowledge check. Before installing Claude Code, what's the first thing you should verify? The answer: make sure your Node.js installation meets the current requirements and that npm is available. If your development environment isn't ready, nothing else in the installation process will work correctly. Getting the foundation right saves the most troubleshooting later. Here's the fastest route for macOS, Linux, or any VPS. Instead of npm, you use the official curl one-liner from Claude's Quick Start. Copy the command, paste it into your terminal, and hit enter. The script handles everything. It downloads what it needs, and you avoid path fiddling and separate npm steps. For Windows users, the quickest path uses a single pipe in PowerShell. Invoke REST method to pull the script, then invoke expression to run it. If you run into an execution policy block, which can happen by default on some systems, you can temporarily change the policy for the current session with a simple command. Once the installer finishes, Claude Code is available system-wide. Now type Claude and press enter. The first launch starts the authentication process instead of immediately opening the interactive interface. Your browser should open automatically so you can sign in and authorize Claude Code. Make sure you're using an account that meets the current requirements for Claude Code, as those options may change over time. Once authentication is complete, return to your terminal and continue with the setup. This is a one-time step, and future launches should open Claude Code directly. A developer once spent an hour locked out because he clicked API billing while having a subscription account. The login page doesn't always make it obvious which path to take, but picking the wrong one can cause authentication to fail without a clear error. So when the browser opens, look at the options carefully. Choose the one that matches your plan, enter your credentials if needed, and then allow access to complete the setup. The Claude Doctor command is your first stop whenever something feels off. It runs a quick diagnostic that checks whether your installation is intact, your authentication is working, and the API is reachable. If everything passes, you know you're wired correctly, and that one command alone can save you from a deep debugging session later. Always launch Claude Code from the root of your project. It scans the directory and can edit files directly, so change into your repository first, then run the Claude command. The terminal transforms into the Claude Code interface, ready to read, write, or debug whatever lives in that folder. After installation, what single command confirms that your Claude Code environment is working correctly? Take a moment to think about it. The answer is Claude Doctor. It verifies your installation, checks authentication, and confirms that Claude Code can communicate correctly with the required services. Whenever something doesn't seem right, this should be your first troubleshooting step before changing your installation or configuration. For Windows, winget is the cleanest route. It simplifies installation and keeps the tool updated with a single command. Run winget install anthropic.claudecode in your terminal, and winget handles the rest. No manual path adjustments needed. If you already use Homebrew to manage development tools, it's another convenient installation option. Install Claude Code using the official Homebrew package provided by Anthropic, then verify the installation by running Claude Doctor. Package names and installation methods can evolve over time, so always follow the current instructions in the official documentation. Regardless of how you install Claude Code, the verification step remains the same. Confirm everything is working before starting your first project. On a VPS or headless server with no graphical browser, the install itself is the same curl script, but authentication takes a small detour. After the install, run Claude Cask login. It prints a one-time URL. Copy that link, open it on your laptop, sign in, and the terminal session is linked. No browser on the server needed. Installing Claude Code is only the beginning. As new features, bug fixes, and compatibility improvements are released, you'll want to keep your installation up to date. The easiest approach is to use the same tool you used for installation. If you installed through NPM, update it with NPM. If you used Homebrew, Winget, or another package manager, use that same package manager to perform future updates. Keeping Claude Code current helps ensure you have the latest capabilities and avoids compatibility issues with newer projects. Before continuing, decide which installation method best matches your environment. If you're using Windows, Winget is the easiest option for most users because it installs Claude Code and simplifies future updates. If you prefer PowerShell or work in environments where Winget isn't available, the official PowerShell installer is a solid alternative. For macOS and Linux, the official curl installer is the fastest choice because it automates most of the setup. If you already have a Node.js development environment and prefer managing packages with NPM, the NPM installation works just as well. If you're installing Claude Code on a headless server or VPS, use the official installer and complete authentication from another device when prompted. Whichever method you choose, the remaining steps are exactly the same. Authenticate your account, verify the installation with Claude Doctor, and launch Claude Code inside one of your projects. One of the most common reasons Claude Code installation doesn't work is an unsupported or outdated Node.js version. Before troubleshooting anything else, verify that your installed version meets the current requirements in the official documentation. Many installation issues disappear after updating Node.js to a supported release. That's why checking your development environment should always be the first troubleshooting step before assuming something is wrong with Claude Code itself. Quick question. If Claude Code refuses to install, what's the very first thing you should verify? Check that your installed version of Node.js meets the current minimum requirement listed in the official Claude Code documentation. Version requirements can change over time, so instead of memorizing a specific number, build the habit of checking the latest prerequisites whenever you install or upgrade development tools. Here's the entire installation process at a glance. Start by confirming that your installed version of Node.js meets the current requirements listed in the official Claude Code documentation. Once your development environment is ready, choose the installation method that best matches your operating system and workflow. After installation, authenticate your account, then run Claude Doctor to verify that everything is working correctly. If you're using the NPM installation and encounter a command not found error, update your path and reload your shell before trying again. Once all of those steps are complete, you're ready to launch Claude Code inside your own projects. Let's bring everything together. First, verify that your development environment meets the current requirements. Next, choose the installation method that best fits your operating system and workflow. Then authenticate your account and run Claude Doctor to confirm that everything is working correctly. If something doesn't work, don't guess. Run Claude Doctor, review the results, and use that information to guide your troubleshooting. If you need help, include the diagnostic output when asking for support. It makes solving problems much faster. Now it's your turn. Install Claude Code, launch it inside one of your own projects, and make sure Claude Doctor reports a healthy installation. In the next lesson, we'll stop talking about installation and start using Claude Code to automate real development and IT tasks. You've done the hardest part, getting everything installed correctly. Now put it to work. Open one of your own projects, launch Claude Code from the project directory, and try solving a small real-world problem. Ask it to explain unfamiliar code, generate documentation, refactor a function, or troubleshoot an error. The fastest way to become productive with Claude Code isn't watching another installation video. It's using it on real projects. Remember, careers aren't built by watching videos. They're built by applying what you learn. Pick one thing from today's lesson, build it, document it, and share it. That's how you get hired. Thanks for watching Hired in IT, where we're turning IT knowledge into career opportunities.